Hey guys, what's up? Ruben here from the Midnight Garage. So today I'm going to replace the sump on Case's Mini-Me engine, and I figured it might be a good idea to show you guys how to replace the sump as well, or replace the sump gasket, as it's pretty much the same.
Alright, so first up the exhaust, because the exhaust runs straight underneath the sump. And I've heard some people say that they can easily do it without removing the exhaust, but I prefer a little bit more ease to it, and therefore I prefer removing the exhaust. So if you want to remove the exhaust, there are a couple of bolts here. And if you have a stock exhaust, there's a bolt here as well. This one does not have that. Then obviously, to link it up to your catalytic converter, there are two bolts here, here and here. Then there's a special bracket that usually bolts up from here to, I believe, here somewhere. I don't have that one, but those are all the bolts that you need to remove in order to remove the header. So there we are. Alright, now we have some clear access to the sump, and the first thing that we're going to do is remove the fluids, because, well, that makes everything a whole lot easier. Nice. Well, I did make a mess because, well, of course I did. Spilled all over my engine stand, but whatever. Alright, time to remove all the bolts that are, well, right around the edge. Now, if you look closely, you do need to remove the dust shield, because there's one bolt on both sides right here, and otherwise you can't reach it. So that has to go. But other than that, it's pretty clear cut, and you just have to remove all the bolts. I personally like to do everything in two phases. I just like to loosen each bolt a little bit, and then once every bolt's loosened a little bit, then I remove them completely. Right, there goes the dust shield. Now I can reach the bolt behind it. So now all the bolts have been loosened, so now I can remove them completely, and then I don't have to worry about any snap bolts. Right, it should come off a little wiggling. So here we have the old sump, and here we have the new one. Well, the old one we don't need anymore, so bye. Now it's all about this one. Now it's time to replace the gasket. This one, I've already bought a new one, and it's time to take this one off. Right, gasket's off. Now it's time to remove some of the liquid gasket that's still on there, like you can see here and here. I'm just going to use an X-Acto knife for that. There are some special tools for that as well, but I think the X-Acto knife works well enough. Right, with the old liquid gasket removed, it's time to reapply some new liquid gasket. Now, according to the owner's manual, you just need to do these parts right here. I'll show the owner's manual right here now on the screen. If you are replacing the sump of a Honda like I'm doing right now, then I can highly recommend Honda Bond as a liquid gasket, because that's one of the best ones and it's OEM Honda. If you can't get Honda Bond, then a regular Loctite, for example, is good as well, but Honda Bond is the best one. Alright, I've put some liquid gasket around the edges, and now it's time to put the gasket on. Gasket's on. Now we need to wait for a couple of minutes for the gasket to cure, and then we can install it. So time to put the bolts back. I'll first put all bolts in place, but I won't tighten any of them until all bolts are in place. All the bolts are in place. Now it's time to torque everything to spec. Now I can highly recommend you getting a small torque wrench for this, as you need to torque every bolt to spec, and you need to do that in a crisscross pattern all the way around the sump. And without a torque wrench, there's a chance that you over torque them, and then you might warp the entire sump and you get some leakage, and that's not what you want. So yeah, definitely invest in a small torque wrench for this. Tighten them in a crisscross pattern. Torque everything to spec. I'll superimpose a picture of the torque specs. Once again, they're not high, they're really low, so definitely don't over torque them, and you should be fine. Alright, all done. Nice. Now it's time to put the header back on. Nice. This is going to look more and more like a complete engine to me. Now, if you are a close watcher and you've paid close attention, then you've probably noticed that this little dust shield has not gone back on. I've done that for a reason, and the reason is because we are going to install an EK gearbox on this car. And the EK gearbox has a slightly different bolt pattern, and therefore this small dust shield doesn't fit anymore. So that's the reason why. So yeah guys, that's it for today. I hope you liked it. Leave a like if you did, and hit the subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this. And then hopefully we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.